basically, we're going to roll through for a knee bar. Some people call it like a Victor roll. I've heard it referred to as that. But it's basically a transition from a throw. You're getting him to think that you're going to throw him for either with an Uchimata or a Harai Goshi, and then you roll under and get on his leg. And it works really well when he actually thinks that you're going to throw him because he puts his hip in, and that gives you the leg. Okay, but the important thing to remember is I'm not just going to turn around and roll through because then he mashes my face into the mat, takes my back and chokes me unconscious. Okay, so you got to actually work the first part of it. All right, so starting with it, I don't like the traditional grip from it because that tends to give me too much space here. Okay, so the one thing I don't want is any space in between our torso. So if it's a no-gi situation, I'm going to come over and I'm going to get a whizzer. Okay? If it's a gi situation, I'm going to come around the side and get the scapular grip. Okay? So as soon as I get that one, I know that our shoulders are welded together. There's not going to be any space. And as I come through, he's going to come with me because I've got that grip. And even with the whizzer, you know, I can tell he's going to come with me because I bend over and he comes with. So I've got this grip, and I bend over. See all that space there? And there I go. Okay? So space is not our friend in this instance. Okay, so we get a hold of that. What I'm going to do is I like doing this off of an Uchimata because I can leg lace him and he thinks it's an Uchimata. I'm actually just starting my leg grab right there. So I'll back step right there. You can take a big, huge back step, okay, if you want a faster roll. I just like getting here because I'll come through and I'll lace that leg. And what that gives me is that even if he starts coming backwards and trying to back out of it, I still got to hold him with that leg. Okay? If I just kind of stick it up there and he backs out, okay, my foot comes out. Not exactly legal and everything, but again, remember, I'm not kawazugaking him and kicking out. I'm just lacing and holding. Okay? So the back step is so that my hips are squared up so that when I finish the turn, I can reach through right there. Okay? If all I do is this and then turn around and try and grab, I'm off angled, and when I finish, I'm going to be on the side of his knee. Alright, so back step, lace up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend over and catch behind the knee with my hand. Okay, come through my legs, catch behind his knee. Don't worry about the ankle, grab behind the knee, because even if he folds it over, I can deal with that. If I go for the ankle and I mess this up, he steps out of it, I'm on the ground, he's not. Okay, so grab right there, okay, and right about here, I'm going to shoulder roll. What we see a lot is when people are here, they kind of kick that foot out that way and flop over on their side. It's a great way to get smashed again. Okay, you got to kamikaze your way through this. Just do a shoulder roll. We practice it every single time in practice. Okay, back step, lace, grab, shoulder roll, and he rolls right over for me. Now look, by being behind his knee, I've got a good grip on him. Okay, I'm in nice and tight on his hip, and it's the same principle as an arm lock. I want to control the shoulder so that no matter what he does with the upper part, I can always come back to it and straighten it. If I aim way out here and he pulls it away, and now I got to try and re-grip. But here, even if he bends it over that way, I can finish. Okay? It also makes for a tighter roll, which means you won't be landing on your face a lot. Okay? Grab a hold, okay? It should already be on your chest. Grab with the other arm, get your head on the other side, and bring it in. Your feet should be right behind his butt, and bringing it in with your heels.
Note point, he didn't go on his back, did he? He rolled on the left side, okay, the side furthest away, you know, toward his foot actually. So go ahead, I just want to add that point, everybody. You roll on the side.
And that's a range of motion thing, everybody. If I'm flat on my back, I've got like maybe 6 inches I can bridge into it, which is my finishing range. If I'm on my side, I can bridge back as far as I'm able to. Okay? Alright, so again, step, hook, roll, pull through all the way. As soon as I come in, heels tuck in, reach over and grab. Okay, head goes closest to the mat, and then you just pull the leg back. Okay? As you grab and hug and come down, it will slide naturally for you. Okay? So don't worry about grabbing it in a baseball grip and then pulling back. Unlike an arm bar, that's your biggest muscle group. My hands are going to lose against his thighs every day of the week. okay? So grab onto it like a koala bear, and then when you straighten out, you're using your back and your legs and not your arms, okay? Make sense?
Another point, when you get that whizzer, if you had no gi, to be the overhook. If you have the jacket, use the jacket, and you're going to, as Derek is rolling, look at that right hand. What he's going to do, he's going to be pulling Mike with him, okay? So as he spins through, yeah, can everybody see that from that angle? Okay, so he's got a good grip there. Now as he steps through, he's going to be pulling, rolling through, and there you got it, and then you can go for the finish. That part is that, you know, if you just didn't do anything but throw the guy, you got a nice throw, you know, and, you know, get some points for that, say in freestyle judo or sambo or something. But you want to finish with a submission because it's a good transition. We're doing this not so much as a throw, but more as a transition, but it still is a throw, okay? All right.
All right, so now that you've got the basic of it, let's really kind of tighten this up a little bit, sand off the rough edges here to mix my metaphors. All right, so as I'm coming through on this grip, okay, so it's basically like you're clapping the guy in the back and then just grab, okay? There's a nice little pocket of gi right there, okay, and then drop the elbow. What that does is that brings him right in on my shoulder. There's very little space in between there, so that when I dive under, he comes with me, and that's really, really important. I don't want to be too high up here because he might duck under and take me for a ride. I don't want to be too low because then he turns out and he gets out of the move before even starting.
And another thing too, he doesn't want to come too much around the waist like an ogoshi or tight waist, because Mike can still bail out, grab, bail out. So he wants to trap that arm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's to trap that.
Right? Elbow down. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is, regardless of where this foot goes, really lace that foot. Okay? So when you come around, the top of your toes should be on the other side of his leg. All right? Yes, this is illegal in judo, but it's illegal in judo because the guys would kick sideways or kick out that way and wreck the guy's knee. All I'm doing is I'm locking him in place. In between this grip and that lace, he's not moving anywhere, and that's exactly what I want.
Now for you guys that do sambo and jiu-jitsu, this is totally legal. We see this a lot in sambo. You lace the leg, you wrap this variation of a leg lace. We call that sambo. In judo, they call it kawazugaki, or leg entwining, which pretty much means the same thing.
Yeah. Okay? So really lace that, lock that leg down so that he can't move anywhere. And then the final piece is reaching under and grabbing deep. All right, so I'm going to move over here so everybody can see it. I'm going to really try and grab behind that knee. So if you can see, like my arm should be like that. If you can get a hand on it, great, but it's in the same spot. It's behind that knee. All right, get a good grip on it. Okay, that keeps me round so that it's an easy roll, and then he comes with me, and it also makes it an easier finish when I roll up on it. Okay. Okay, right in there. Catch it, finish it. Good? Makes sense? Okay, there's an element of like a kamikaze type thing. Well, what if I mash my face? What if I do this? Every step of that is made so that he rolls with you, or at the very least, he's some phenomenal athletic dude, pulls away from you, and you roll. As long as you're staying around and you're doing everything that we just talked about there, tuck under, go for the shoulder roll, try and reach back and grab the back of his knee, you will roll, you will stay round no matter what, okay? Even if he tries to smash you, he will roll over because you're grabbing the back of his knee.
One more point about the mechanics of your shoulder. Come in again, Derek, when you do that with your left hand when he comes in to hook. Go ahead and set it up and do your thing. Now, he wants to underhook because by underhooking here, rather than going around the top, instead of doing that, it's not a very good grip anyway, but by underhooking, it helps him roll, helps dips his shoulder under and roll easier.
See how nice and round I am as soon as I reach for that, right? Anything else, I risk smashing my face into the ground. Even if I come under like this, I'm still slightly in trouble because I have to roll over the top of my head. This is a pure shoulder roll. Okay, like I said, we do those every single practice. Everybody should be fine with a shoulder roll at this point. Okay, makes sense? Good?
Good, let's roll on. Mike, show his variation, no gi, no gi.
So my version of this, I really like because of the no-gi clinch application. So I really like to just collapse the guy in and set up that same type of Uchimata. And even if I'm just leading with the Uchimata, I'm just really collapsing his elbow for the control of this side. I'm stepping in, getting that same grip, and just keeping him real tight. So here I can almost finish him with a throw, just from rolling that shoulder over. Tight here, and then I just fully commit. It's a big kamikaze move. So from here, finish here. I like to keep the crank, except when the guy's been injured recently. So here, just collapse it. And here, finish. And you can keep this, crank the neck, or you can commit over here.
Can you do it facing the way you did initially, Mike?
Sure.
Come on. And emphasize that collapsing that left arm with your left arm.
So here, I'm just corkscrewing this in. I slide this over, you control. And I really ideally like to keep this here when I'm up, because that way it gets their neck or their chin into their chest. So from here you can even swim out over. Got a guy who's real tough there, or bendy.
When he's collapsing, see how he just went forearm first? Real easy to do when somebody reaches out like I just did. And it keeps us in even tighter so that, again, I'm forced to roll with them. And that's one of the keys to a good rolling knee bar, is to make it tight from the very beginning and as round as you can get. Because the more space there is, the easier it is for that guy to get away.
Did everybody see that clinch and also the head tie? Look at Mike's, so we've been looking at it, turn around Mike's finger. See, so Mike has been using his left, see that clinch, but look at that right hand on the head tie. That's really important. He's just hooking it with a big meat hook there. See that? And see his elbows down. He's really driving Derek down into him. And again, that forces Derek to be rounder too, and Mike as well. You finish out and go right to your bar. We good? You don't need to take your gis off. You can do it no gi with the jacket. You know, we can just practice without it, but, you know, give it a try. Okay, let's go roll with that. We'll finish with that.